Hello, online crew. How are we today? So today we're going to talk about how do you turn likes, loves, comments on your social media into sales. So there's a few home truths today, guys. So listen up. This might be one of those videos if you've got team members that are not doing a lot and they need some help in this area. You might want to share this video out or tag them into this video because I think this will be really helpful for you. So stay with me because I've got some great tips for some of you, and it will be a home truth for some of you as well that you need to hear. So it's all good. Couple of things first, though. I do want to share with you guys, I've made a decision regarding these lives on this particular day. So for those of you in other parts of the world, it would be Friday night. For those of you in my sort of time zone, my part of the world, it is Saturday morning. So I'm not going to do lives every week at this time moving forward. So I will come live when I can, but I'm not committing to every week because I'm one of those mamas that's got kids that plays sport on a Saturday morning, which is what it is in my part of world. And one of my sons has moved up a bracket in his football, which means when he's playing is when I'm meant to go live. So it's different to last year. And it means I would miss every single game of his if I still stay doing lives every single week at this time. So I'm making a decision for my life, my family, and my son that I'm not going to come live every week at this time. I will come live when I can. I will let you know. I always schedule my lives in advance, but I'm making a family decision on this one because it's not fair to him that his mum is never at any of his games for the rest of this year. So sometimes family has to come first. Do you agree, guys? So that's just a heads up on that. Another heads up is I'm going away next week. So I wanted to give you the heads up because I won't be live at my normal time next week and going into the week after, because as long as there's no COVID interruptions in Australia, in the state that we're going to, we're actually going to attempt to get on a plane. The four of us, my husband and my two boys, we're going to attempt to get on a plane next Wednesday in my time zone and go to a different state. We've got a purpose that we're going for, but we're also tagging on a few days holiday at the end of that. So I'm going to go live when I go live. So next week's going to be a little bit all over the place. But next week at that time that I'm going away, it's also my birthday. So I've got a little birthday special coming for those of you that would like to get some more training for me in my coaching community. So hold that thought until next week. But you want to join me on my first video live next week because I'm not away then yet. I'm away the next day. Okay, so my first live video of next week will be normal time. That's my personal development and personal growth video, and I will share with you what's going on that video. Okay, so just a few heads up for you guys. I'll just be a bit more spontaneous next week, and while I'm away for my birthday, and I've got something to offer you guys that would like more in-depth training from me. So yeah, just stay tuned. Okay, now I do have a Zoom call with my network marketing team in under 30 minutes. So I'm just going to say some quick hellos here, and then I will get into the content because I've got lots of good things to share with you guys today. So hello, Cherie. We got Beth. We got Cheryl. We got Olive. Good for you for taking time for my family. Thank you. You know that I got two boys, and one of them has just given up soccer to concentrate on motorbike riding and racing, which makes me very nervous, but that's on Sundays. So if I make time for him on Sundays, how can I not make time for my other son, for football? It's just not fair that I never go. So family's taking priority. Okay. But you will see me. It's not like every week I won't be here. I'll just let you know. Okay. Morning, Mike. How are you? Thank you, Beth. Hello, Anna. Hello, Cheryl. Definitely understood. Morning, Debbie. Morning, Ellie. Morning, Yvette. Great to see you guys on. But I want to get into the content because I got to get on a call with my team in less than half an hour. Okay, so this live is all about maybe you're getting a little bit of interaction on social media, but you don't know what to do with it. So people are commenting, people might be liking, people might be loving, leaving you some little comments on things, and you're like, oh, how do I sort of utilize this, for my business? Okay, am I still live, guys? Because I just lost the internet signal. Can someone just put in the comment section that I'm still live? Because My internet signal that's normally there is saying that it's not there. I'll just keep talking because the comments take a little while to sort of pop up. But how do we turn those people into, say, a potential customer? Okay, thank you, Cherie, appreciate that. Firstly, let me take a step back. If you're not, thank you, Anna, awesome, guys. If you're not getting enough likes and comments and love and stuff, then you got to solve that problem first. So what can you do on your social media to, get more of that? I actually had somebody, and no offense to this person, if you're listening at all, that requested to join my free group, which some of you are watching from, Social Media Strategies for Home Business Owners. There's a link up above, free group. Anybody's welcome to get in there. But I asked some questions to join the group, and they said, what is it that you want to learn? And their comment was, I want to learn how to stop the algorithm blocking my content. It was something like that. It's not how the algorithm works. The algorithm doesn't block any of your content. It's just maybe your content needs to change. Maybe you need to work out how to bring more value to your audience. Maybe you need to work out how to be more entertaining. Maybe you need to work out how to be more inspiring. Maybe you need to, who saw this, put up a picture of a spider in Australia and your engagement goes nuts. Apparently, you guys don't like our big Australian spiders. And a lot of people commented on that. So, there's so much engagement on that post. If you missed that, just go to my personal profile and have a look. We have a massive spider called a huntsman spider. Like, they're huge. They look awful, but they are 100% completely harmless. I could put it on my hand and not even blink because they're not poisonous. They don't bite. They don't do anything. They just sit there, but they look really bad. So if you're not getting any loves or comments, put some effort into your social media, guys. Be a bit more inspirational. Bring some more value to the table. What do you want people to know about you? If you're in health and wellness, share some health tips or, some things that you're learning. If you're in beauty, do the same. If you're in finance, give some tips out. Like, that's a different subject for a different day, and I cover that lots here. On my page and group all the time. So that's a separate discussion. So I'm talking about when you do get likes, love, and comments, what do we do with them? So there's a few things to consider here. Some of you might be like, you'll probably be one of three things. You're a straight up person. You're not afraid to ask for the sale. You're not afraid to go into Messenger, connect with somebody really quickly and ask the question. So that might be some of you. You're just bold. You're absolutely passionate about what you're doing. You've got huge posture and you just go in there and ask. That's one type of person. The second type of person is, you're more the build the relationship, build the rapport type of person. You want to let somebody know that you care first before you sort of pop the question and say, hey, whatever question is. So that might be a lot of you. You want to build a little bit of a rapport and a relationship before you go and sort of pop the question, so to speak, about your business. That's a good place to be. But where a lot of you get caught is that you're too afraid to ask the question. So you're building rapport, you're building a relationship, you're having great conversations, but you never get to the point. And it drives you nuts because you're spending all this time on social media and your business isn't building because you're not brave enough to ask the question. Okay, so that might be a lot of you. And the last one is that some of you are, you're full on attraction marketing 100% of the way, and you're just waiting for people to reach out to you. So it's like, no, I don't want to hassle anyone. I don't want to ask anyone. I'm just going to sit here on social media. I'm going to go live. I'm going to go post. I'm going to do what Helen tells me to do to create value and get more engagement and whatever. But I'm never going to ask the question because I'm too scared to. So that might be a lot of you as well, which is not going to help you build your business. You're going to spend a lot of time on social media. You're going to do a lot of live videos. You're going to do a lot of posting. You're going to do a lot of training to work out how to do it, watch a lot of training, and just expect people to come to you. So here's the reality with that, guys. Unless you're already an influencer, unless you've already got people reaching out to you, you need to have a bit of a combination of those three things because it isn't just going to happen without your input, without you taking action, without doing the income-producing activities. You with me? So for some of you to turn likes and loves and comments into a sale, you have to ask the question. You have to ask the question. Okay, you can't sit there and just wait for people to ask you. I know that's the attraction marketing way. I live and breathe attraction marketing, but that's going to be a very long process. And people need to be led. It's how you approach it, what you ask, how you ask it. the intention behind what you ask, the words that you use. That's the important thing, which I'll get to in a sec. Okay, is this ringing true for any of you? Like, which one do you think that you are? 1, 2, or 3? So 1 is that you've got so much posture in your business. You absolutely love your company and what you do and whatever, and you're just straight out asking people. Or are you a number 2? So that's number 1. Number 2, you're somebody who likes to build a bit of rapport and, build a relationship, and then you like to ask the question. Maybe you're not, but that's what you'd like to do. And maybe number 3 is you're just sitting there doing all this attraction marketing stuff, but you're not really popping the question. You're not leading people to where you want them to go. So you're holding yourself back. Be honest with me and let me know in the comments where you think you sit out of, those 3. Because it's really important for you to recognize, unless you're an influencer, unless you've got, tens of thousands of people following you, you probably need to pull your finger out a little bit and actually ask for what you want, but in a really nice, respectful, way. Okay. So, when do we get to that point where you do ask the question? So if anyone tells you there's an exact science and somebody's got this whole procedure and they're like, do this, this, and this, it just doesn't work that way. We're human beings and you need to meet somebody where they're at. So when you meet somebody where they're at, you've got to establish, do they have a need? If they don't have a need, don't try to sell them your stuff. Don't try to sell stuff to something that somebody doesn't need, because they won't stick with you. They won't repeat buy. They'll join your team and, not do anything. They're just a waste of time. So somebody doesn't have a need for what you have. So, you need to evaluate that. You need to evaluate what your relationship is. This cold market or warm market? Now, do you know this person and they're friends with you? They already know you, that you can go, hey, I'd really like you to look at something because I think this would be great for you. I've come across something that has really impressed me, blah, 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 blah. I'd love you to have a look at it. Like, if they're a friend, if they're warm market, you can go there and ask that question. Can you not? And some of you are too afraid to, but it's not. You've got to lead. You've got to ask the question. Unless you're building, some of you might be building with Facebook advertising and that's all you want to do and you don't want to say a word to anybody. Again, unless you're an influencer, unless you've already got people coming to you all the time asking about what it is that you do, or you've got that many leads through Facebook advertising that you don't know what to do with them, you might need to pull your finger out a little bit and do some organic networking to get the likes and loves and the comments. So then you can build what I would recommend is a little bit of a rapport, but then ask the question. And I want to give you on this live video some examples of some questions, so to give you the practical element of it. Because some of you just don't know what the hell to say to somebody. It's not wrong to ask somebody if they're open to looking at what you do. It's how you ask it, guys. So somebody doesn't think, oh, they're just trying to sell me their stuff. Because that's what most people are doing in this industry. They're just sending messages that are really one way. They're really selfish. And it just looks like, I just want you to get you into my thing. I don't really care about you. I haven't even used your name in the message. I think those of you that know me well, that's a massive bugbear of mine. When somebody sends me a message, especially if they're cold to me, and you can tell it's copy and paste. Hey, I'm looking for people, to join my business, and I'd love you to have a look at it. Here's my link, so it's the link straight away. And they haven't even said hi, Helen. It's like, man, that's so much of a copy and paste message, and I just go, ugh. That makes me ugh. Did any of you see the picture of the chicken in a can on my personal profile? It's like that. Go and have a look if you missed that one. Oh, it's disgusting. Anyway, but you got to establish whether somebody's got a need. You got to establish your relationship. You got to establish, is it warm market, cold market? Like, how are you going to approach it? And think of it like dating. Okay. When should I pop the question? When should I bring in my business? When should I raise it? When should I sort of go there? Think of it like dating in a way. Like, you wouldn't marry somebody or ask them to marry you on the very first date, would you? Like, you meet a guy, you meet a girl, you're like, hi, how are you? Would you marry me? Like, it just doesn't happen. So sometimes, that cold, hard approach where you don't even know the person from a bar of soap, it's just not appropriate. You don't even know if they've got a need yet. So don't try to sell somebody who doesn't have the need for it. Ask a couple of questions, and find out a little bit about them, but then actually have the guts to go there, guys, because a lot of you are missing opportunities because people need to be led. And here's some things I want you to remember. I've got some notes here that I just want to refer to. You need people, yes, but you don't need any one person. You're just sifting and sorting those that might have a need for what it is that you have in your product, service, or your business opportunity. So all you're doing is sifting and sorting from those that are open to looking at what you have. That's all it is. You don't need any one person. Don't get fixated on that friend or that influencer or that person on social media. Just keep moving through, and those that are liking, loving, and commenting, you can build a bit more rapport with them and then ask them questions. Stay with me. I've got some examples for you. Okay, for those of you that go, well, that's cool, but I just don't know what to say. Hold that thought, okay? Your energy and your excitement will play a massive part in how successful you are in getting to the sale at the end of it. Guys, if you're not excited about what you're doing, if you don't have some enthusiasm, voice message. If you're in Messenger, voice message. That's where you can share, your upbeat, caring, personality. So voice message over written messages every time, guys, because people can misconstrue what you say in the written word in Messenger if you're connecting with somebody. So likes, loves, and comments, lead them into Messenger and build up that relationship with somebody there. So, thanks so much for your love on my post today. It was great to see your name pop up. Can you share with me a little bit more about you? I don't think we've connected before. There's all sorts of ways that you can build on the connection that you've already got. Because if somebody's already liked, loved, and commented, they're already in your world. They're not cold to you. They're already in your work. They already know who you are. If that's on a personal profile, group, or a business page, they already know who you are. So this is where the connection is already made, but find a way to complement. Do you remember what I said? Was it yesterday? No, yesterday's live was about groups. So it must have been the live I did the day before about the most important thing that you should be doing on social media, and that's giving before you taking. Go back and watch that video if you missed that one, because that ties in very well with this video. So compliment people. I love what you said on social media. Oh, thank you so much for your comment on my post. I really loved what you said. Find a way to compliment somebody. That should be on your radar, number one, guys. So you've got the connection, you've got the like, the love, and the comment, but what do you do with it then? Actually build on the connection. Don't just leave them there sitting cold. If you want to make more sales out of people that liking, loving, and commenting on your stuff, build the rapport, build the relationship, but do it by a compliment. So go back to my video from 2 days ago to sort of get a bit more info about that. But, people need to be led. People may not even know what you do unless you tell them. Light bulb movement. You might be wanting to really build on social media, but no one actually knows what you do. That could be more relevant to your personal profile if that's where you're trying to network with people more so than a business page that's branded that people know what you do. So there's going to be different strategies, whether it's personal profile, group, or a business page. But people do need to be led, and there's nothing wrong with asking a question. Just don't build rapport for too long because it'll drive you nuts. And this is where social media can be all-consuming. To some of you, at various times, get really overwhelmed with social media because it just never stops. It's 7 days a week. It's 24 hours. It's just, social media can be very, very consuming. And you don't want to lead you don't want to be on social media all the time. So get to the point quicker, okay? So what are some of the things that you can ask? So you've got the like, the comment, or the love for you. And you want to build on that connection. So the first thing is building on your connection. The second thing is complimenting in some way. Here's what you want to ask. Now, depending on whether you want to, build, fast. A couple of days ago, I spoke to you guys about whether you want to build rapport or build promptly, efficiently, or you want to nurture the relationship. So I gave you an example 2 days ago of like a DMO and your networking and income producing activities as to whether you want to do things promptly, efficiently, or nurturing relationships. So maybe go back to that and sort of reassess that. But when you get to that point where you've had a little bit of nurturing and you've complemented something, I just brainstormed some ideas. I'm hoping this is going to be helpful for some of you that have no idea where to start. So again, this is important to you. If you don't already have influence on social media and you don't already have people asking what it is that you do. So if that's you, please don't 100% rely on attraction marketing because you're not there yet. And it's going to take you a very long time to build up that enough where people are reaching out to you. It does happen, I know because I've gone from nothing and people reach out to me. So it does happen, guys. But it takes a while to do that. If you want to speed up the results in your business and get more income in your pocket, you want to nurture the people that are already there, that you're already connected to, that are liking, loving, and commenting, and then pop the question, ask the question. But when do you do that? So when you do that, depends on whether they've got the need, whether you know that they've got a need, your relationship, are they cold to you? Are they warm to you? If they're warm to you, just be excited about what you've got and ask the question. Say, I really want to share something with you that I think would benefit you because it's somebody warm to you. You should know why something would benefit somebody. There's no reason that you need to be afraid of asking somebody that. Okay, so there's that. But other examples. So here's one example. I've got 4 for you. Okay, I'm just going to read these off. I'm looking at time. Okay, so you might be liaising with somebody, somebody's commented, loved, whatever, and you take it into Messenger. And you might be asking somebody, you've had a little bit of a rapport. And then you could say something like, okay, I'm not sure if you're aware, but I help people with, now you got to work out whether you're going product or business. So work out that first, guys, before you go and sort of pop questions. Do you want to go business angle? Do you want to help somebody with their health, their skin, their weight loss? Or do you want to help somebody build a business online? So you got to work out, what it is that you want to do. So if it's somebody you're building up a bit of a rapport with, you could say something like you've already had some kind of dialogue. Okay, you could say, I'm not sure if you're aware, but I actually help people with, what do you help people with? Generating an income online aside from what they already do, or, I help people improve their health with natural health solutions, or, whatever. Would that be something you'd be open to having a look at for yourself? So that's quite, if you're coming left of field. But all you're doing, what you need to get through here is that you're just asking if somebody's open. Just go for the yes. Whatever you're doing in organic prospecting, and that's really where I'm going here with this, live, is that if you don't have people that are watching you online and reaching out to you and going, what do you do? I want to work with you. Then you really probably need to just find a little bit of time every day to pop these questions with people that you're networking with, or maybe you need to do a little bit more networking before you go to any of these things that I'm about to share with you, because you don't want to network for too long. Okay, but all you're doing is asking, if somebody's open to looking at what you've done, but let them know what you help people with. It's not, I've got a business and I think you'd be good at it. Wrong language. It's like, I help people with, what do you help people with? What problems do you solve for people? Would that be something that you'd be open to looking at for yourself? Because I think, what you share on social media is amazing. You're exactly the kind of person that, I'd love to work with. Would you be open to looking at some information? You're just asking a question. Unless you ask, guys, you're not going to get the answer. Okay. If you're not already an influencer yet of some sort and have that pull, that attraction marketing pull, which you should always be working along the way. Okay. Second one is going into somebody's messenger after they've liked, loved, or comment and said, I absolutely love what you shared on my post today. Thank you so much. If there's any way that I could, help you in any way, please let me know. I help people with, if that's something that you ever need in your life, hit me up, because I'd love to help you. I just love what you share on social media. Compliment, getting the picture, compliment and ask the question. So it's really non-salesy, but you're still getting to asking somebody, are you open? Or if you've ever got a need for, I'm here for you. Very subtle, very polite, but it's getting you a little bit further to where you want to go by seeing if somebody's open. Am I making sense, guys? Okay, a couple more quick ones, all right? So again, somebody likes, comments, something on your social media, you go into their messenger, and you could say to them, I've been following you on your social media for a while. You've got so many great qualities. You're exactly the type of person that I look for to work with in my business. Would you ever consider looking into building a business online to generate some income for you and your family? So you're complimenting somebody, you're letting them know, I'm always looking for amazing people to work with in my business. Would you ever consider building a business online? Would you ever consider, having a little business on the side that could generate you some income? Like, tag a benefit to it. Just ask the question, but compliment the person first so they're listening. Because not many people say nice things to people these days. So you will stand out from the crowd if you actually compliment something, and just ask if they're open. Just don't go into what it is. That'll come. That conversation will come. But just, they compliment, you're connecting, you're complimenting, but at least you're asking. Okay. The last one could be a little bit more random, because maybe you haven't established a need. Maybe you're not really sure what to go with, but you'd really like to ask this question, if they're open to sort of looking at, what you're doing. And you could literally start with something like, hang on, I'm just trying to read my notes. Hey, whoever, this might seem like a really random question, but I absolutely love your vibe. And I really wanted to ask you, have you ever considered, what is it that you want to let them know? Is it, starting, having a business on the side to generate some more income for you and the family? I'd love to share with you what I do. It may or may not be a good fit for you, but what you shared on social media, the comment that you shared with me, whatever, like, follow somebody for a little bit. But again, go back to a video from 2 days ago, whether you want to do it promptly, efficiently, or nurture the relationship as to how long you actually, love on somebody else's stuff, love on, comment on other stuff. And I'll just, again, if you're not getting enough love, if you're not getting any comments, then go and give before you take. Go and give some love to some people on social media. Go and comment on other people's posts. Go and give some love, because if you want to get more from social media, sometimes you have to give more. So you can't just sit there and expect this to happen for you. So there are nice, polite ways for you to connect with the people that are already connecting with you, that have liked, loved, or commented on your social media post. Go into, Messenger. And so I absolutely love what you shared on my post today. And build the rapport a little bit if that's what you want to. So don't go and ask the question straight away, but don't carry on for 6 months, guys, and never get there. Just say, I really love your vibe. I love the way that you, I love what you share on your social media, whatever it is. And then, and say, this might seem a little bit random, but I'm always looking for people with an awesome personality like you do. Would you ever consider starting a business online in any way? No big deal if not, but I'd love to share with you what I do, because it could be a good fit for you and your family. You're just asking. You're just sifting and sorting to see who's open. If somebody says no, is that those pyramid scheme things, then that's a separate training, because that's dealing with the feel, felt, found. And I totally understand how you feel. I've come across that too, and whatever. And it's not that, because pyramid schemes are actually illegal, but it is networking online. Would you be open to looking at some information? Don't tell people necessarily what it is. Just ask for their permission for the next step. That's all you need to do. So from those that are already liking, loving, and commenting, just ask for the next step. Would you be open to looking at some information? Would you be okay with me sharing with you what I do? Would you, what's the question that you're asking? And just ask it in a really nice way, but on the back end of a compliment of some way, and just ask their permission for the next step. Okay, this is all the organic networking that a lot of you don't want to do, but you should be doing some of this if you want to speed up the results in the business. If you haven't got an influence or an audience yet, if you haven't got a big group with a lot of people in it, you haven't got a business page with thousands of people following you yet. You've just joined, your business and you're looking to get your feet off the ground. Some of you just need to be a little bit braver and ask if somebody's open, and just go for the yes for the next step. You don't want to go in there and hassle people with what you've got. I've come across this great business and you'd be really good at it. Can I send you a video? Ugh. If it feels icky, it probably is. That's all I'll say at the end of the day, because I've got to go. But if it feels icky what you're doing, it probably is. So when you're networking and asking people, and trying to grow your business, just be a human before you're a marketer. Give somebody a compliment before you pop the question, and just see if somebody's open, to whatever it is that you can help them with. Does it make sense? Okay. I got to go. I've got to be on a Zoom call with my network marketing team right now. So I really hope that that's helpful for those of you that are too scared to ask. You've got to lead people to where you want to go. And there's actually nothing wrong with asking the question, because if you're just sitting there waiting for it to happen and you're posting and making comments like, no offense to the person that put this in my group, I want to learn how to stop the algorithm blocking my content. It's not how the algorithm works. You got to earn the right for your content to be seen to people. So you might need to up your game with your content. Those of you in my coaching community, go back to the training where I've shared with you how to create a month's worth of content on your personal profile and a month's worth of content on your business page. And this week, your exclusive training I shared with you was how to find endless amounts of content in the area that you want to let people know that you do. So I've got you covered with all of that. If you'd like to join us in the coaching community, just sing out or go to my website, helenmartinonline.com. You can get in there for $1 and look at all that training. Anyway, I've really got to go. Now I'm late. So you will see me on my first video next week, and make sure you tune in with me then, because that's where I'm going to share with you what's happening next week, because I am going away and I've got my birthday special and we've got a video challenge coming up. So don't miss my first video next week. Okay. I will catch you then. Have an awesome weekend. Bye-bye.